You're listening to the CatCast, a weekly podcast from the staff you love to listen to each weekday on 94.3 Cat Country. Killian Hart and Jordan Jay. Now, here they are, talking about life, love, and everything mid-Missouri.
Yeah, they're back. The cicadas have arrived. They've returned.
I think I'm about the only person in mid-Missouri who is enjoying this right now.
Yeah,
I love it.
I can't say I'm not enjoying it, but it's,
They are everywhere.
they're everywhere. There's no
Yeah.
escaping them. I guess
Yeah.
that's the point.
This weekend was the first weekend they have emerged, and they are all over the place. The dogs don't know what to
See,
think.
we've had him for like a week, but
Really?
yeah. But yesterday, like, there was just you walked outside and the white noise, the murmur, the hum of the cicadas.
Yeah.
Again,
That's
love
could
it.
barely hear
It's a
anything.
drone. That's the thing. The sound
Yeah.
is a drone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I love the description of them, though, because, what they do is, they're underground for the 13 to 17, however long. They come out of the ground when the temperature reaches 64 degrees in the ground. They come out, they go to a high spot, like a tree, the highest spot that they can do. They shed their exoskeleton.
That's always weird.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
They do that.
You pick them off
What
the
you're
tree, they're like hard.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
What
My
you're-
brothers and I, when we were little, we'd throw them at each other.
What you're hearing is a mating call. Those are mating calls. That's the equivalent of, come here, baby, I got it all for you. Okay? And then they mate, and then they die. That's it. Their whole existence
Man, it's not
is
so sexy when Hilly
is
describes
in
it.
order to mate. That's it, man. We are just witnessing an elaborate mating ritual.
So I saw a meme that said something about, after 17 years, I feel like doing nothing but screaming as well.
Yeah, living in the ground for so long, it's like, we're
Yeah.
free.
This
Yeah.
is the first time since, I think it was 1802, 1805, 1802. Thomas Jefferson was president, okay, where two broods have hatched at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you got brood 13, brood 17, and then there's another brood further east. I don't know what the number is or what it's called or whatever.
Right.
But so they're all, it's kind of like they've all said, let's hatch together and
Let's party.
let's party. Yeah.
Typical event. You're like, what's
Yeah.
happening? Locusts. Oh wait, no, cicadas.
So are you actually finding them at your house,
Oh, they're
Jordan?
everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's a lot of them. Like there's by my door, there was a couple of them that were like molting their shells. They're in the process of it,
Right.
And they look like albino. They're like pure.
Yeah,
white,
they're white
like,
when they come
red
out.
eyes.
Mhm.
They're like man, like it's like coming out like stuck. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
I just kind of kicked one off.
Yeah.
Out of here,
Well, there's a bunch of them that were on the ground. We walked out of a pizza place the other day, a bunch of us, and there was like a couple on the ground alive.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, you clearly haven't done this right because you're supposed to be mating right now. Yes.
So maybe they already have.
Maybe they have.
So-
on Saturday, and the whole
yeah.
bunch of them, like they flew. I was sitting there like mowing, they fly on you. I had one like crawling up my hand. I put it like on the side of my house, and then it like looked back at me, and then like flew back and like landed on my head. I'm like, get off of me!
It was like, no, I want to shed on you.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So the husband and I, we went and picked up some stuff to grill, and we were sitting in the backyard, and he's firing up the grill and stuff, and he's just like, oh, gosh, how can you? I go, I love it. Like, I'm just sitting there all relaxed. I go, this, if we had like a white noise machine that was this, I would be in
That would be
heaven.
it, huh?
Yeah, because, for me, it brings back good memories of childhood. We grew up on a farm, and I remember when, they all hatched when I was a kid. They would all be on the side of the barn and on the side of trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would pick the little exoskeletons and fling them. For whatever reason, when we were kids, that was like a high insult to fling these exoskeletons.
Looks so weird,
I
too,
said,
isn't it?
Have you seen online where people are taking the exoskeletons and they are gluing them together to make
Oh,
creepy creatures?
Aaron showed
No,
me a
I've
picture
not
of this.
seen
It
this.
looks
What do you
awesome.
mean?
It looks like a Transformers.
Really?
That's what it looks like to me. First thing I saw, it looked like one of my grandson's Transformers. It was
They are
amazing.
wicked looking.
I haven't seen that. I got to check that out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's Megatron.
you know
I'm
what I
telling
really?
you. We
I
have
gotta
like, I want to be artistic. I'm not very artistic.
Cicadatron.
This
Optimus
makes me
Prime.
want to try to be artistic. Yeah.
I will say I haven't seen that, but I do know that people make cicada ice cream. Have you heard about this?
People are eating
This is the
them,
thing, and
that's
this is the
just
thing.
gross.
This is the thing
Ice
here
cream.
in Missouri that they do.
Yeah,
actually,
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they make because like when there's a whole bunch of cicada, they
You like
get.
to provide crunchies in the ice cream? Is that the
I
idea?
mean, but they
or-
literally use cicadas for
Like
the ice
instead
cream.
of
It's
chips or
cicada
whatever?
flavored ice cream. They
No.
use cicadas in the ice cream. It's
That's a hard pass.
strange. I just don't know
Hard
about
pass.
that.
But Hilly,
I've heard people say it's good though.
okay, so we've been talking for weeks about how people in other parts of the country are eating them, and you know, if you have a shellfish allergy, you really shouldn't do that.
Yeah, because they said
the
they're
same
similar
family.
to lobster
Yeah,
and
so
That's
that's
crazy.
me. I'm
Yeah.
out.
It's like
you
the
know?
sushi.
makeup of them. Yeah.
But
and your
Hilly's
dog
all-
shouldn't either, really.
Billy always says, "Well, if they're fixed properly,
prepared right,
and I'm
yeah.
like, what's properly? I mean, who
Yeah,
knows?
I'm not even sure what
Who
prepared right
knows?
is. Yeah, but
I mean, do you just throw them in some hot oil and wait for them to pop, or I mean, what are you doing?
if
you
they
know?
become eye appealing, I guess that's the thing because
have you really looked at a cicada?
You
There's
eat.
something
No, they're
about them
kind of
that's
gross looking.
eye-appealing.
But you eat with your eyes first, as they always say. You know, and
Yeah.
if something doesn't look good, you're not going to eat it. So
Well, you know what Hilly always says. You know, if you're buying, he's trying. So, does anybody have any cicadas they want to properly prepare?
it's something I would consider.
You would.
You know, it's funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was in my front yard, and my grandson is there with actually my middle grandson, and he's 3 going on 4. And he looks and he goes, Grandma, a bug, a bug. He's got this thing about bugs. Any bug.
doesn't like it,
"Ah, a bug. I go, let me
Not
see. Let me
saying,
see.
not
I
saying.
pick it up and I go, he goes, what is it? I go, oh, it's just like a grasshopper or whatever. And I toss it. I didn't realize after all this talk, it's a cicada.
It's a cicada.
I didn't
didn't
realize it was
realize.
a cicada. I go, oh, it's just a grasshopper. And it was already dead.
Yeah.
So, you know.
You know those like big garden spiders? You know, like those like yellow, like the yellow and black,
Oh,
like
yeah.
almost as big as your hand, like
Like
spider.
4 foot long legs or 4 inch
like
long legs.
Yeah, I used to like, especially too when like the cicadas were out and about and
Yeah.
grasshoppers. I'd throw them in like the webs and watch them like weave them up and stuff. Yeah, it's the coolest thing. That's what I would do as a kid.
Kind of sadistic. Don't you
Is it
think?
kind of? I don't know. Is
Jordan
it?
Oh my God.
I'm bothered knowing that about
I'm
you, man.
seeing young Jordan
Why?
Jay in a new light.
Listen, they're just bugs. I was just feeding the garden spider, really. Matter
is
of
all
fact,
natural, that's
Matter of
true.
fact, you know, it was just pest control. Is actually what it was.
He's just furthering nature's plan. Is all you're
no,
doing.
it was
I
just
guess.
I had anyone that knows me like terrified, huge arachnophobia. But I loved watching them weave like a bug up. It was very like they do it so fast.
Did you ever have ants fight each other?
No, I've never done that. Ants fighting
This
each other,
podcast has gone off the rails yet again.
You take a red ant and you take a black ant and you put them together.
and they fight each
And
other.
it's like
I
a
guess
battle
so.
to the death.
It's terrible.
What? What's nature? It's the beauty and ferocity of
Okay,
nature.
it's not that they accidentally found each other.
But if they
it's you
did,
pitted them
that's what
against
would
each
happen.
other. Big difference.
Now I'm thinking of like now I'm thinking of cicada sword fights. How could that happen? Jousting, cicada jousting. glue little needles onto them.
Oh my God!
Good grief.
That'd be awful. That'd be awful.
Wow! On behalf of all of us here at the CatCast, I
Yeah,
apologize
the cat has taken a dark
Don't
turn.
do that. I was just
Aaron
saying.
is the only one that hasn't come up with something disturbing.
I'm the only one who thinks cicadas are cool. So.
No, look, I'm not saying that they're not cool. I'm just saying they are literally everywhere.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's-
Have you?
And I can't
haven't
remember how
stepped
many
on
weeks are they supposed to be around.
about 6 weeks.
is that what it is?
Okay.
Yeah, 6 to
So,
8
yeah,
weeks.
this is the time of spring/summer that
Mm-hmm.
you do not walk around without shoes.
No, you don't want to do that.
I was going to say, have you
You will
stepped
be
on
sorry.
any by accident, like
No,
with
not
shoes
yet.
on?
No, I haven't.
So
Luckily,
far, I
Not
have.
luckily,
yet.
Luckily,
I've
knock
Yeah.
wood, knock Formica. You know,
But it is very I do love the noises like that they make. Like you go out like especially like nighttime, and it's not when they're super super active, but they still kind of have the noise going on.
right.
Just like the sounds of nature in general, very peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
But man, is it great!
Yeah, and there are some people who cannot stand the sound. Like they are having a really hard time right
there,
now.
yeah.
And I am not one.
I mean, but again, it's this overarching, it's everywhere sort of
You
thing.
can't
and
escape
it's,
it right now.
It's amazing.
You
Yeah.
step outside and that is all you hear. I love it. My parents live on 180 acres, and we were out there yesterday. And as soon as I got out, I'm like, there's like quadruple the amount that out here than there are at our house.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is great.
It's crazy amount
Yeah.
of cicadas.
Well, and it's funny because there are people who I guess we had a story. In fact, people were calling 911 because they didn't know what the sound was. They thought it was like aliens or something. It's like,
You people are sheltered.
Well, I was going to say, do you not have a radio or television in your house? An internet connection?
Yeah, I was gonna say, no
how
one
long
knows.
have we been talking about cicadas
Yeah,
coming? You know?
exactly.
Oh my god!
It is cool that you don't see them all the time, though. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like
That's what makes them special. It's
They're
like
gonna
an
be
eclipse.
gone again?
We just had an
Yeah.
eclipse a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
That was cool. This is just something else in nature that's
Yeah.
highly unusual. We don't get to experience all the time, and that's what makes it more special.
Well, I'm going to be like, I'm 65 now. I'm going to be 83 when they come out again. Brood 17.
I'll wheel you out. Make sure that you get to enjoy them.
Come on, Aaron. I want to go see the cicada.
Yeah,
well,
well,
here you go, little Kevy. Let me go ahead and put a nice little Afghan on your lap. Let's make sure you're nice and warm. Let's wheel you out there. Let just swarm on Kevin.
Oh my god!
Like I remember my
he's the
fondly.
cicada father.
I remember fondly my friend Kevin
Come to me, my children. Come to
before
me.
the cicadas carried him off.
Kind of like Magneto.
Yeah, Kevin just flies away.
Flies
he
away.
floats away. Cicadas are carrying him.
That's
Yeah.
the end of my.
To heaven he goes.
That's how he goes. You know.
That's how Kevin goes out.
I'm going to be kind of like Enoch in the Old Testament. Off he goes, up and gone, just
God.
like that. you know?
Angels come and carry the soul, though. Cicadas carry Kevin up
I'd
there.
be very envious, that's for sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Hey, have you had any experience with the cicadas? Let us know. How heavy are they wherever you are? Maybe you're in a part of the country you're listening to this and you don't have any cicadas.
Oh, could you
Yeah.
imagine
we can send
stepping,
you some if you want.
Yeah.
stepping on one with bare feet on accident?
I
That's
stepped on an
nasty.
earthworm once on accident. Ooh, it was, yeah.
You'd never be able to like get over that feeling.
Oh,
you know what I
it's
mean?
awful because it squished right between my toes. And I was like, oh, no. Yeah,
Oh my god, that's horrible. That's
it is
horrible.
There you go. So there you go. There was my twisted contribution.
Now I feel
It was not an intentional thing like
feel-
your
There it
ant
is, there it
bites,
is.
but
and fight, and fight, and
Jeez.
fight, and
A
fight.
worm got squished through its stomach.
first rule of ant fights: nobody talks about
and
ant fights.
and you and your spider throwing or whatever.
Yeah.
it was.
I was just
Your
feeding-
spider burritos over
feeding-
there.
Yeah,
I did tell my grandson is afraid of the daddy long legs.
Okay, yeah.
And I told him, I said, we don't hurt those, we don't kill those because they're good.
Right.
They don't bite us, and they kill the other spiders.
Yeah.
So now when he sees a daddy long, he says, oh look, daddy long legs. He's not afraid of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's one spider I'm not afraid
I hope
of
that's a
either,
good.
actually.
I hope that's a true science fact because
It might be.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I have another thought, but I'm going to keep it to myself. It's
Okay.
another morbid thing.
Oh, no,
it's
see?
another that my grandma used to do, not me.
See, you can't set us up like that, though,
Too
dude.
far. It's too far.
I don't
No,
know.
I
Is
can't
it?
do it. It's too morbid, I think. Well, it's maybe not.
Do you think
Okay.
somebody viewing the podcast will complain?
Potentially. I
Well,
might
let's
just
hope.
keep it to my... Do you want to know what it is? Do you want to know what it is?
Okay.
That's Jordan at Male Zimmer.
Send all your complaints to
Aaron,
me.
if you
let
want
her
to
rip.
plug your ears for a second.
Oh God.
No.
Okay,
so
let me
me
hear it.
feeding the
Let me
spiders,
hear
my
your twisted
grandma,
grandma.
and it's like, oh man, my grandma, who's still alive by the way, my great grandma, 101 years,
Yeah.
Going on
Hey,
102
maybe this is
now.
how you reach long
I
life.
know.
You know, this might be it.
Yeah, granddaddy
The
long
secret.
legs. It would like we find one that weren't very in good health. And it, or maybe dead.
What, worms?
No, like a long leg that wasn't alive anymore or something. You know, if you pluck the legs
it's that-
off, they're like they move and twitch.
Okay, now I'm sorry
And
I
so-
said okay. to
I
this.
know.
Now I'm
But
sorry.
she said then you'd say, "Tell us where the cows are," and the leg kind of like points in a direction.
What did she do? Waterboard them after
No,
that?
no,
I mean,
what I'm saying, again, it was the ones that weren't good health. She wasn't just going around plucking spiders' legs off.
So does
I
she
mean-
put them out of their misery at that point, or?
Yeah, I mean the ones I said the ones that are like dead.
Yeah, but point. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay.
She took the ones that are like not alive anymore. Clearly, like ones that are like meh, or like maybe like had been smushed by something else.
I was starting to feel a little superior,
I
but
was going to say I had a cat that would, grab any type of spider and would slowly pluck a leg off, eat it, and it would start to, and the spider would start to run off, and the cat would scoop it back towards it and pull another one. It was awful.
Well,
it was awful.
This cat cast has really gone off the
Yeah.
rails.
It's gone off the rails.
today,
we
but-
didn't see many spiders at our house.
We're so glad you joined us today. And again,
We're sure you're glad.
we're sure you could have joined us. Yeah. If you have any thoughts, catzcountry@mailzimmer.com and share your own bug or cicada stories or
Yes.
complaints about Jordan J or myself. Or,
that kid, that was my grandma. That was
or Jordan's grandmother.
That wasn't
Jordan's
me.
grandmother is Jordan's grandma at Gmail. All right, you guys, thanks.
Well, that's it.
Oh, no. Thank you.
That's another CatCast.
You've been listening to the CatCast, your weekly dose of fun from the staff you know and love on 94.3 Cat Country. Click subscribe and never miss an episode. Share it on social media and tell your friends with 94.3 Cat Country.